For the next 14 days, I'm going to turn my internet completely off to test if it will improve my life. Meaning no social media, no GPS, no online banking, no music, nothing that requires the internet. Because according to multiple scientists and ChatGPT, these 5 benefits happen when you disconnect from the internet. And for each day, I will be challenging myself to complete a brand new task. Starting off with day 1. Clean my house. As I began to get ready to clean my house, I realized an immediate problem with not having the internet. I have no music. Cleaning in silence felt pretty weird, so I ended up making my own music. Yes, for the next 14 days, I'm going to have to endure life without having music, which at first didn't seem that hard until I started driving my car.
The radio is trash. It plays the exact same songs every day. They're all these old songs that no one wants to listen to.
The first day seemed pretty easy and I felt pretty good about taking this challenge head on until I got to day number 2. See, for each day I am grabbing a different number off this board, and for day 2 I pulled the one card I was not looking forward to pulling. I have to run a mile. I just pulled the challenge board for today.
Okay.
I have to run a mile today.
Oh, you have to run a mile. Bro, when's the last time you ran anything?
Middle school. So yeah, it's been since middle school since I actually ran a mile, and I thought it'd be kind of fun if I went to my group chat and asked everybody, hey, do you think I can run a mile in under 10 minutes? And honestly, most of the people in my group chat agreed that I could, except for one person, John. John, you're a hater if you're watching this video. But my friend Turner said something kind of interesting. He said, last year I ran a mile at 5:48. So Gene, if you can't do 10, bro, you just gotta pack it up. Turner, I'm happy that you have faith in me, but I don't run.
First time since middle school that I'm running a mile. So since I don't have any app on my phone that can do fitness without me going on the internet, I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. This right here is 5.7 miles, if you can see. So I think I need to run to 6.7 miles. All right. Here goes nothing. About a minute in, and I'll say it hurts my legs. Like my feet hurt. About 3 minutes in, I think I have my flow state. About halfway. I'm tired, but I really think I can do this. I believe in myself. I'm almost done. Who needs the internet? Not me. Not me. No internet. What? No internet. Who? No internet. What? No internet. Who? Day 27. Oh my gosh, I'm tired. 8 minutes is what I used to do in like 8th grade. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I don't know if I should be impressed by that or I should be upset. I don't know.
Honestly, I'm just proud of myself for running a mile. And going into day 3, I went back to that challenge board, which you're going to see throughout this video. And I thought, well, I got run a mile. There's no way day 3 could be harder. I have the worst luck. No phone for 24 hours. Now, I will say, before I even got to day 3, I started noticing something about myself. I started realizing how present I was throughout the first 2 days. Like, it kind of hit me like a train hits you. In the world we live in, it's super common when you're hanging out with your friends or you're in line or you're at a coffee shop and you just see everyone staring at their phones instead of actually interacting. And I'm not saying that I'm better. No, I'm probably one of the worst people you will ever meet with this. But not having my phone on me this entire day made me just appreciate little things more. Like, for example, since I don't have online banking this day, I ended up going to my bank to withdraw money, and my friend actually works at the bank that I go to. Shout out Navy Federal. I ended up having a conversation with him for about 30 minutes and it was nice. And honestly, when I was preparing for this video and I was writing down my challenges, this was one that I was dreading and I thought it was going to be horrible. But let me just tell you, I didn't miss my phone at all. This was also the day that I had already planned to go with my friend to see the Demon Slayer movie.
Made it to the Demon Slayer movie. I was supposed to go meet Carlos, he's the one behind the camera, at the house, but I didn't know how to get there. So, but luckily there's a coffee shop right next to me, and I've been carrying around this all day to send text. So I drove to the coffee shop to send a text message because I couldn't get there. But I got the QR code for the movie. So I don't know if I've ever done a QR code printed out So we're gonna try this today. I'm super excited.
So the QR code did work, and I ended up going into the movie. Now, we arrived early. Haven't been to an anime movie in a minute, and I forgot that the Japanese do their trailers before the movie, and there was no one there at first. I was like, dang, no one's here. Some people did show up, but the movie was fantastic. If you're an anime fan, you have to go watch Demon Slayer. It was so good. Peak cinema. Over the next few days, I started to get into the rhythm of the no internet life. Each day I tried a new online activity. Things that I possibly should do more are always one to try. For example, one day I spent drawing, something that's so simple, but it was very relaxing. Another day, which is probably my favorite, I built a Lego. I love One Piece, and I found these One Piece Legos at the Lego store, and I was like, oh my gosh, these are so cool. And I ended up getting a Luffy and a Bucky the Pirate, and I finished both of them. And honestly, I want to do Legos more. They're so much fun. Then some challenges sucked. Like, I did a jigsaw puzzle, which I thought was going to be cool. It was so hard, so boring. I hate puzzles. I didn't even get halfway through it. So I would never do another puzzle. Another day, I ended up making a scrapbook or a vision board, which would have been more fun, but magazines are really expensive. Like, no one even buys magazines anymore. Why are they so expensive? When I was done all these activities and work for the day, it was time to wind down and go to sleep. Now, usually when I wind down, I'm probably like most of you guys, I get on my phone. But for these 14 days, I couldn't do that, so I ended up reading my book to go to sleep.
It's like midnight, and I just grinded through this book. When I started this series last week, I probably was at like page 300 something. I just did about 200 some pages. This is like my second fiction book I've ever read. Not having the internet, this has been my entertainment every night, because this is like the only story I can read and watch or anything. I want to keep doing this.
Around day 7, I started to notice something. I was bored, like really bored.
Bro, I'm so over this. Like, I'm so over this, bro. I feel like I'm having withdrawals or something, bro. Like, I'm just bored.
And it wasn't that I necessarily wanted to go back on my phone. It was more so like, I was like, well, could I at least watch a YouTube video? Could I at least play the game? Like, could I at least do something?
Day 9. I can see the finish line. I feel like we're almost there. Gotta grind through a couple more days. Let's get into day 9. I'm going with number 3 today. Number 3 is spend 3 hours outside. My car's actually in the shop today, so low-key worked out. I'm walking to a park right now. I think I'm gonna do an outside workout for my 3 hours. I'm not gonna lie, it was a bad idea to do this midday. It's like 93. 2, I'm already tired, and I've only been out here for 12 minutes, and I just not got to the park.
Yeah, so I ended up doing a little outside workout. I don't ever really work out outside. It was low-key a vibe. Not gonna say I would do it again. I didn't hate it, let's just say that. But yeah, I worked up a good sweat outside, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, I didn't get 3 hours. I did about an hour and a half, and then I came home and I was like, all right, well, I'll go back out later. I was so tired from the heat and from working out, I didn't go back outside. All right, we're at the end of day 10. I feel like right now, I feel like I'm so close to the end, but I'm not at the end, that I'm just like, yeah, I'm about to be on the internet anyways. And I'm so close, bro. I'm at the point where I have to start thinking of what I don't want to bring back. Like, I did this 14 days. I can't go back to how I used to live. So I'm starting to think of like, what do I not want to bring back? What things do I want to keep away from me? Internet wise, what boundaries do I need to take so I don't have to do this challenge again? I did find myself being more creative when I was bored, finding things to do. Like I said, I went to the gym. I didn't have music, so I lifted with no music. I also went to the gym sometimes and just shot around with the basketball. I was brainstorming YouTube ideas one night. Another day I decided to go for a walk in the park. Sometimes I just said, hey friend, what are you doing? I'm bored, let's hang out. Honestly, it helped time fly by. But I will have to say, by far the number one thing I did when I was bored was read my book. Now, for the final 2 days of the challenge, I made sure that I focused my attention completely towards Jesus. More than anything, I wanted this experiment to realign my priorities and break the idol of the internet in my life. And I need to prove to myself that I could live a happy life for 14 days without having the internet. So on day 14, I gave myself my final challenge.
Day 14. We have made it, guys, to the last day of the challenge. And by process of elimination, I know what today is. Number 6, read an entire book of the Bible in one sitting.
I had to read an entire book of the Bible in one sitting, and I chose Malachi, a short but powerful book that calls God's people back to his faithfulness. And it was a nice reminder to me about how we can go through the motions spiritually and get caught up in this fast-paced world of the internet. And it just seemed like such a perfect ending to this 14-day challenge. It was time to finally sit down and do my final tally of which benefits were the best and which ones were the worst.
We have successfully lived 14 days without the internet. Round of applause. Now it's time for the rankings. Throughout the series, I've been ranking every day about how I felt and what I would rank each number out of the 5 of the benefits I mentioned at the very beginning. So without further ado, let's get started. Number 5, boredom tolerance. I don't think I was able to handle boredom any better. Actually, I think it was low-key worse. I put it at a 4, and it's the worst one on my ranking. At number 4 is sleep. It goes at number 5. Maybe this is just because I don't have a great sleep schedule, but I don't think my sleep improved that much without the internet. Now comes to ones that I really thought improved my life. Number 3 was mental health. I gave that a 6. I thought my mental health improved actually quite a lot. I didn't really have a lot of comparison problems or many depressing days. I was pretty happy all throughout. Number 2 was my time with God. I felt like it was more impactful. Every time I was reading or praying, I wasn't worried about what was happening on my phone because there was nothing ever happening on my phone. So I gave that a 7. And number 1 had to be how present I was. I gave that an 8 because I was just so present in everything I did, and it was very alarming, and I actually loved it. I enjoyed conversations. I enjoyed work more. Everything I did, I just felt like I was in the moment, and hanging out with friends was way better too. So out of this, what I've learned is that the internet just distracts you a lot, and the radio sucks. But like I said, the internet just distracts you a lot, and without it, a lot of distractions leave. Now, there are some things I want to keep implemented in my life, as far as I want to keep a blocker on while I'm working. I think while I'm working, just not having the internet makes me want to work more because there's nothing else to distract me. And I also want to practice working more without music. Not having the internet on before I sleep, I think that really helped a lot, reading instead, and then spending more time reading my book. Anyways, if you like this video, leave a like, subscribe down low, and let me know some other video challenges I should do. If you like the new style on my channel, please leave a comment. And as always, God bless.